Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and it's time for Trucks at St. Pete. This is the first time that the NASCAR Truck Series had a race at St. Pete. Hopefully, these guys can turn right. Well, Dario Franchitti and James Hinchcliffe can, since they've raced in the IndyCar Series before. Mosak can also turn right, because he's raced in Trans Am. Not to mention Colin Braun, is also present in this race, and he's done endurance racing, so yeah. You got some guys that can turn right. So he knows how to handle right turns. But anyways, the inaugural St. Pete Truck Series race begins with Rife stalling before the race even began. Dang it. We haven't even begun and someone already stalls. The race eventually starts for real with Ben Rhodes trying to dive to second. Mosak is leading. Keep in mind, Mosak has raced in TA2 equipment before, so it makes sense for him to be on pole. On the TV broadcast, we also see Scott Dixon watching the race, but sadly, Alex Palou isn't present. Ruggiero is in second and Adam Andretti has jumped up to 8th. Justin Haley stalls at one of the corners after losing control. The caution just came out. The race restarts with Ben Rhodes and Connor Mosak battling for the lead. And Rhodes takes the lead. Holy crapper! Franchitti jumps up to 5th, but not without contact from Hinchcliffe. Perez and Honeycutt battle for 9th. So far, not much is going on. Chandler Smith overtakes Ruggiero for 3rd. Mosak is coming closer to Rhodes. Colin Braun lost control when he got loose, and he nearly hit the wall. Tanner Gray slams into the wall, but no caution is thrown as he was able to turn his truck. Even with 2 to go in the first stage, Ben Rhodes continues to lead. And just like that, Ben Rhodes wins the first stage of the inaugural Truck Series race at St. Pete. Our first set of pit stops begin, and these are non-competitive pit stops similar to Portland. So there will be no race off of pit road. The second stage begins with Mosak and Rhodes battling for the lead again. Because Rhodes has new tires, Mosak was unable to pull away from him. Kane Honeycutt loses control and had to get out of the way to avoid another caution. Mosak falls behind even farther and Layne Riggs jumps up to 4th. Andretti and Hemrick get involved in a crash, but no caution is thrown. Seriously, NASCAR? Those trucks need to go to the pits. Aren't you worried about 2 damaged trucks? Hold up. The caution is thrown. Thank goodness. It was another delayed caution. Seriously, NASCAR, you gotta get your stuff together, man. We need to get those trucks to the pits. A few other drivers also had to go down to pit road. Andretti's truck gets hammered to try to fix the damage, but anyways. The race restarts with Chandler Smith jumping to the lead. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on. Rhodes attempted to dive into the lead, but his attempts were thwarted by the 2 front row boys. Muniz's truck can't start and he's out of the race. Dang it! And he's the main character in Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah, he played as the main character in Malcolm in the Middle and he's out of the race. Pretty bad, isn't it? Riggs and Chandler Smith battle for the lead, and Riggs tries to dive bomb to get to the lead, but his attempts were thwarted. The 3 4-sport trucks are in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Franchitti is running in 8th, and Hinchcliffe has fell back to 22nd. Just like that, Riggs wins the second stage of the inaugural Truck Series race at St. Pete. Our next set of pit stops begin, and like last time, there will be no race off pit road. With 38 to go, the 3rd and final stage begins with Riggs jumping to the lead and Majeski takes 2nd. Contact ensues with Ankrum getting damaged, and Franchitti gets past Ankrum for 7th. Justin Haley is battling both Wright and Sutton for 15th. And it goes 3 wide. Butcher spins out, but no caution is thrown. Dang it! I cannot believe that the second Canadian boy had to be involved in a spin-out, but by no shock, Chris Wright spins out and gets involved in another incident. Derek White also stalls at one of the corners, and the next caution just came out. Several drivers come down to pit road. The race restarts with Majeski and Riggs battling for the lead. Ruggiero hits the wall, and Franchitti gets past, and then Hinchcliffe spins out and stalls. And another caution just came out as White stalled on one of the corners. The race restarts with Riggs and Majeski continuing to go at it. Majeski takes the lead while Rhodes slowed down Riggs and took the air away from him. Majeski goes wide and Riggs is back in the lead. Rhodes is coming closer and closer to Riggs, but he still isn't able to catch up to him. Even with 10 to go, Riggs still leads. With 5 to go, Riggs still leads. I mean, no big surprise, am I right? Rhodes is attempting to take the lead from Riggs with just 3 to go. Here we go. It's a battle for the lead. Both drivers get caught up in lap traffic. Majeski gets past. Rhodes is now in second. Riggs is in trouble, and Majeski is pounding on the door. Majeski misses, and Riggs takes the win even with issues, and that's also impressive considering that I never thought that Layne Riggs would be good at road course racing. Because, keep in mind, unlike Connor Mosack and Shane Van Gisbergen, he hasn't raced in any road racing series. So, him knowing how to turn right is a rarity. I mean, I'm looking at you, Eric Jones. The guy who sucks at road courses, and both Dillon brothers. Both Dillon brothers suck at turning right. Even if Austin Dillon had to race in the 24 Hours at Daytona in a Ligier, he still can't turn right. Well, he still isn't very well at turning right. All drivers can turn right, but Austin Dillon is just not good at it. The St. Pete race gets an 8 out of 10. I was surprised that Riggs was able to win even though I don't look at him as a road racer. But anyways, it's time to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time, and peace out. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and welcome to the COTA weekend, everyone. First up is the O'Reilly Series race. The 2026 O'Reilly Series race at COTA begins with SVG and Zillisch battling for the lead. Hill attempts to take the lead, but SVG defends. Zillisch gets past Hill for second. SVG and Zillisch continue their battle for the lead, but Hill is not slowing down. Allgaier is catching up to Hill as he starts falling back. Allgaier dives past and manages to get past Hill for third. Quapple is also driving the number 91 car for DGM. Hill somehow manages to claw back to third. Just don't let him get past Zillisch and SVG. SVG and Zillisch continue to go at it. Zillisch gets past SVG and he's now in the lead. Clements gets into the gravel, but no caution is thrown, as he was able to get back on the track safely. So far, not much is going on as Zillisch continues to lead. Leguizamon spins out and nearly stalls. We could have had a costly caution, but thankfully, he's safe as he was able to get his car refired. Mayer tries to get past Allgaier, but wasn't able to do it. Sammy Smith is the first driver to come down to pit road. SVG gets past Zillisch after he falls back. With 2 to go, we get our next set of pit stops. As expected, SVG and Zillisch make their pit stops to flip the stage. I mean, they always do that. It's a pretty sneaky strategy, but it works. Whatever floats their boat. Austin Hill wins the first stage of the 2026 O'Reilly Series race at COTA. Sam Mayer also gets past Allgaier for second. But anyways, several drivers make their pit stops during the stage caution. Somehow, Sam Mayer wins the race off pit road. The second stage begins with Zillisch jumping to the lead. Holy crapper! Brent Cruz jumps ahead to the lead. Zillisch fell back to third. Cruz tries to hold off Sammy Smith, only for Zillisch to get by. Zillisch locks up and gets wide. Because of that, SVG gets past him. SVG gets the lead back. Brent Cruz falls back to 6. Leguizamon lost control, hits the tire barrier, and causes the first non-stage caution of the day. Dang. There was only a few laps left in the second stage, so yeah, the Israeli or Argentinian driver got into the wall. I think the only other Israeli driver that I know of is Robert Schwartzman, who isn't racing this year because Prima isn't anywhere to be seen. Several drivers come down to pit road during the caution. Sam Mayer wins the race off the pit road again. Connor Zillisch has issues on pit road as his car is getting fixed, so yeah, mechanical issues. Could be worse, as Sheldon Creed had to come down to get his car fixed as well. Man, they just couldn't take the Texas heat. But anyways, the race restarts with Brandon Jones and Carson Quapple bound for the lead. SVG is moving for the field. He's now in 4th. Holy crapper, Sam Mayer just got past Carson Quapple. SVG battles Quapple for 3rd, and Jesse Love has gotten past him as he got held up by Quapple. Sanchez and DT also spun out. Several drivers come down to pit road during the stage caution to make their final pit stops of the day. And Connor Zillisch is getting his brakes replaced, which is rare for NASCAR, although it's common in Trans Am. Anyways, and of course, I also forgot to mention that Sam Mayer won the second stage of the 2026 O'Reilly Series race at COTA. Anyways, with 21 to go, the third and final stage begins with Sam Mayer hanging on to the lead. Jesse Love got past SVG. Come on, SVG, get second back for the championship stealer. Yes, he did it. SVG got the lead. Show the championship stealer who the real road course veteran is. Chastain and Corey Day battle for 7th, and Taylor Gray also got past him. Zillisch starts moving up, and LeVar Scott got wide, but he got back to the track just in time. LeBay is also running in the race, so yeah, we get another Canadian boy getting a NASCAR seat this year. SVG maintains his 1 second lead gap, meaning that Jesse Love is no longer in contention to win the race, which is good for me, although Jesse Love tried to catch up. Booker. Allgaier blows a tire and had to go to the pits. Carruth and Green have an aggressive battle for 13th, and Carruth gets past the son of Jeff Green. And into the caution just came out as Sage Karam got into the gravel and couldn't get out. Brad Perez also took over for JJ Yeley, but anyways, nearly the entire field comes down to pit road. Sammy Smith wins the race off pit road. Jesse Love also has issues with his visor. Anyways, the race restarts with a huge battle for the lead, and SVG got the lead back. Calamity ensues, and Carruth gets into the tire barrier. Holy crapper, this is insane! I'm surprised they didn't even call the caution for that. That was freaking insane. It starts with Harrison Burton spinning out, and then Roger Carruth gets into the tire barrier, and all hell breaks loose, and yeah. Because NASCAR said hell yeah in their camping, I'm allowed to say how in the race reviews now. Deal with it. Zillisch spun around and wrecks his car. Holy crapper, the chaos just never ends. On the final lap, all SVG has to do is win the race and not make any costly mistakes. SVG drifts on the final corner, and he finally gets his first O'Reilly Series race at COTA. Yeah, about time, man. An easy 9 out of 10. I'm glad that SVG got his first win at COTA. He's tried again and again, but he was never able to do it until now. Tomorrow, he'll go for a 6th road course victory, which means he's going to beat Jeff Gordon in overall road course wins. So yeah, another excellent road course race. But anyways, it's time to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, then you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I haven't done so. And SVG might get that win, but that is if Tyler Reddick doesn't take that win, because Tyler Reddick will go for a 3rd victory. Again, even though I don't think Tyler Reddick is that good on ovals. Road courses. Yeah, I never looked at Tyler Reddick as a road course driver, to be honest. I looked at him as the oval driver. So yeah, you may never know. Catch you guys next time, and peace out.